Hello, hello. How is everyone doing? Uh, all right. So, can I get a hi back in the chat? So let's see who is online and who is watching. Um, am I not audible? Okay, so I guess I am audible. Uh, is it fine now? Uh, let me adjust this. How is it now? I'm sorry. Please bear with me. This is my first live stream, so it's obvious this is going to happen. Awesome. So welcome everyone. This is the first stream of open source with KhattakDev, and as you have recognized, KhattakDev is me. It's my Twitter handle. It's my handle around the internet. So if you just Google KhattakDev, you will see me. I'm not known as my own name, which is Aksalan. Uh, so in this first episode, in this first episode of open source with KhattakDev, what we are going to do is that we will be making a very simple Node.js CLI-based application, and the job of this application will be to you have to enter your username, a GitHub username, and in return it will give you a nice presentation of information of that user. For example, if you add your own GitHub handle, it will give you other details like your bio, company you work at, location, etc., other organization you're part of. So it is going to be a pretty simple application, but the key point is to learn how to make your own Node.js application. So with this, then you can in future you can make your own Node.js application and automate your stuff that you want to do. So with that, let me switch to the other scene, and let me show you what I actually mean by what I just mentioned. So it's going to ask you for your GitHub handle. So like, what is your GitHub handle? And if I add mine here, it's going to take some time for the API call, and then it gives you this representation of like name, company, location, followers, following, and then its organization details. You can add much more than this. You can even add other repositories that the user have, or maybe like all the followers that the user have, or the followings user have. Like you can add pretty much everything, but that comes to more of a presentation. So since I'm not going to focus on that, because the thing that I want to teach in this stream is to learn how to make your own Node.js application. So with that, let's move on to our Visual Studio Code, or maybe whatever code editor you are using, and then we will see how we can make our own applications, Node.js application. So I hope you have I hope you have worked with Node.js before. If not, don't worry about that. I will be explaining pretty much everything. So just a second. So the first thing that we are going to do is that we will be making a dummy. We will be making a folder for this. So let me open my terminal, and then we can start working on this. Actually, let me switch to desktop from here, and okay, Node.js.cli. And then if you are using, in case you don't know, if you're using a Visual Studio Code and you want to open a specific folder in your Visual Studio Code, you can just type code and then the folder name, and that will open that folder for you in your Visual Studio Code. Here it is. So I actually use this terminal. This is from Windows Store, and the reason I use this is that it has PowerShell. It has like everything that you have on your Windows, that you have like Ubuntu, command prompt, Azure, CrowdStrike, everything that you have, you can add that here. And the other thing is that it is customizable. So like you can make it pretty much like Mac OS terminal or my ZSH. So yeah, that's the reason I use this one. So you can get it from Windows Store. All right, so this is the application and this is the dummy folder. So the very first thing that we are going to do is to do npm init. So in case you don't know about npm, in case you have never worked with Node.js, so this is for those. So npm is a package manager in JavaScript environment, which has like thousands of packages, thousands of projects. So like for example, if you want to add validation in your project and you do not want to add it yourself, you can just search for a validation package in npm and just download it and use it. So it has like tons of packages, libraries, frameworks, etc. So you can use this. So to start with the application, again, before even npm, I'm going to do git init to make it a Git repository. All right, and then I'm going to do npm init. So one of the thing is you need to have Node.js installed, and if when you install Node.js, npm will also be installed automatically. So you do not need to install that explicitly. And once you install that, you can also confirm that using node-v, which will give you the version. You can do npm-v, and just to confirm that you have successfully installed it. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is that npm init. Npm init is just like git init that initialize a npm package. So if I do npm init, it's going to ask me some basic question like package name, version, etc. So I'm not going to change any of these. So let's for now keep it as it is. And yes, so I have my package.json here. So this package.json will have all the details about, and it's like a kind of metadata, like the name, version, description, the test. So I can execute these scripts. So if you have like a long script, like multiple lines, multiple commands, you can add that script, like a build script, and here you can add that long script here. So this is for those in case you do not know about package.json, if it's first time that you're learning how to make how to work with Node.js. All right, so the next thing is we will need some libraries, some packages, and we will install it as we need it. So now to start working and start making our terminal application, let's make a folder here with the name index.js. And if I, for example, if I want to print something here, like hello world, and let me switch to git bash. Now, if I want to execute this file, I have to do node index.js. I cannot do something like index.js. I cannot do that. So when you have a terminal command, when you have a bash script or something like that, if you have noticed, you can do something like this, like just simply execute that script without node or any environment. So in order to make this possible, there is one thing that we need to add in our file, and that is called Shebang. It's Shebang. And the syntax of this is, it is just one line of code, and it's pretty simple, but I don't know why I still do not know how to write this. I mean, I always forget how to write this. So I have copied it somewhere. So whenever I'm going to write this, I copied it from there. So it's something like you have to give it the path, and then the manager that the environment that you're going to use. So like in this case, it's node, and I want to use it without calling node, so I added that node here. Now if I save this, and if I do /index.js, it gives me hello world. So this is how you can this is the first step that you need to do when you're making a CLI application, that you need to add a shebang in your code, and make sure that it's in the first line, and it's in the very first line of the file that is going to execute. So like if you have like multiple files like index.js, utils, libs, something like that, so make sure that it's just in that one main file that is going to be executed the very first time. All right. So now we have our very basic application, which doesn't do anything but just print hello world. And now what we are going to do next is that we are going to make it a little bit useful. And the way we are going to do that is, the first thing is that we need to ask the user for an input. So if you want, you can also use an npm package for this. There are tons of tons of packages in npm that you can use. But in this case, I'm not going to use any npm package for that. I'm going to go with the native approach that is available in Node.js. All right. So for that, there is a module in Node.js, and that's called, let me import that first, and then I can explain this. Require. All right. Okay, so this is a module in Node.js. You can print these. You can import these modules like this. You can import pretty much anything like this. So it's require, and so it's const, and then the keyword, and then the name of the file, name of the variable equals to require, and then the path. Now this is the module that is built in Node.js. You do not need to install it or do anything on your side. It's already built in. And to use this to ask for a user input, there is you have to create an object for this. So for the object, I will name it as rl equals to, and then readline dot create interface. This is a snippet. If in case you forget this, you can just simply go to Node.js website, and you can search it there. You will find it there. So let me open this, and then here is the docs. Okay, let me just simply search for this directory. So here is the readline, and here is the first snippet, this snippet. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to make an object for that, and then with that object, I will be able to ask question or take input from the user. So that's how I'm going to do. And in case if you forget how to use this, or if you want this snippet, you can just simply Google Node.js readline, and you will land on this website, on this page, and you can just copy this one. But here I'm not going to copy this. I'm going to write it on my own. So let me close this. All right. So we have to define the inputs and outputs. So for the input, there is process.stdin. Stdin means it's the same thing as in you have in your C. There is stdin and stdout. And for the output, we have process.stdout. So basically, Node.js has a lot of libraries of C++. So behind the scene, if you go to Node.js GitHub repository, you will see like it's almost 60-70% JavaScript, and almost 20% of I don't know the exact number, but it's around that, like 20% of C++. So it has like a lot of C++ in it. Now, I have successfully created an object to ask the user for input. Now the next thing that I am going to do is that I'm going to ask for a question, and the syntax of that is whatever object you make here dot question, and in this you can type your question. So like I don't know what to type here. Let's start with something dummy. So are you there? And then you have to pass a callback. So callback is a function that you pass in as an argument. So here I will pass the function, and this, let's make it anonymous. I mean, like, let's not give it a name because we don't need to use it anywhere else. So this is the perfect place to use an anonymous function. And here I will need an argument here, which will be the value that user give. So like the answer of this, are you there? And then I can simply do console log. It's like cout in C++, and do answer. And another thing, okay, let's try to execute this, and then we can check how is it. So if I do /index.js, are you there? Yes. Now I typed yes, but still the script is executing. Now how to stop it? So to stop that, there is another line that we need to add, that is rl.close. So it's like a stream that starts, and we need to close that stream. So now if I save it, execute it again, yes, and then the script successfully stopped. So make sure that when you ask for an input, make sure that you close the stream as well, else it will keep executing. So now let's switch this to what's your GitHub handle. Save that. And now the next thing I am going to do is that I am asking the user for an input. He or she is giving me the answer, the GitHub handler. Now the next thing is that we need to make an API call to GitHub API. So there is an API for which you do not need any kind of token or anything. You just simply need to call that in your website, in your browser, and that is api.github.com/users/your username. So I can send this in the chat as well, and here it is. So you can try it on your own. So if I open this, it's giving me all the basic details. Now keep in mind, it's not going to give you the private details. Like for example, here is the repos URL. So if I open this repos URL, it's going to give me other repositories that I have or this account have. So it's not going to list. It's not going to give you the private repositories. So the public repository that is available, it's going to just give you those. So just keep that in mind. And in order, if you want to have if you want it to be more, if you want to be more accessible, like want to access those private things as well that you have access in your GitHub, you need to then set up the token, etc. But in this, I'm not going to do that, since the focus is creating Node.js application, not working with GitHub APIs. But this can get the job done. So let's go with this one. So yeah, so this is the API that I am going to use, and we will simply change this KhattakDev to the user that we have. So let's switch back, and now what I need is that I need to make an API call. So we can do this with the native modules, but that might be a long task. So in order to save some time, I am going to use an npm package, and this npm package is called XZS, and this package is damn awesome. You must try this if you do not know about this. You can see the weekly downloads here. So yeah, this is the package that we are going to use. It just simply send API calls like post, get, put, other methods that is available. You can do that using this, and it's pretty simple. So to use this, we just simply need to install this, and let's switch back to work code and install that. So it is npm install -- save Axios. This npm install basically install the package, and -- save means to add that in the package.json. So if I visit my package.json, you can see here dependencies, and here I have Axios. So -- save actually write that here, add that here. Now I have my Axios. Now the next thing is that I need to make an API call. So for that, let's come back here, and here I can simply remove this and make an API call. So Axios or get, and if you notice, when I typed Axios, it automatically imported that for me in Visual Studio Code. So Axios.get, and then I'm going to add the term. I'm going to add the path of that API. So it's here. And okay, so in JavaScript, if you want to, like, for example, this is going to be like KhattakDev. It can be anything. This is going to be dynamic. So one way is to like do something like this, but an easy approach is to use something called template returns. And to use that, you can simply do something like this, where you can add your placeholders. So I can simply add now answer. And this will make an API call to whatever the user added here, whatever user gave as an input. And then I can go with promises, but let's go with async await. So let's make this function async, and this means like whenever you're using whenever you're working asynchronously in JavaScript, and then in that case you have to make that function async. So it's a keyword that you have to add here. And then since this is going to be a promise, I mean, like, this is async task, JavaScript doesn't have no idea how long this task will take, so it's going to be an async task. So let's save that in a variable, which will be something like let's make it profile info. Now let's see how what do we get here. Oops. Okay. Index, and then let me add KhattakDev, and you can see it gives me promise pending. So this is a promise. I mean, it's going to take some time to get a response from API. Yeah, so if you have joined right now, we are making something that is going to give you that is going to give you other details of a user of his GitHub. So if you just need to type his GitHub handle, and it will, the CLI application will give you the basic details like username, company, location, etc. So that's what we are going to building. So this is in promise. So when in JavaScript, when you're working with promises, you have to use async await or promises. So let's not talk about promises since we are using async await. So this function is async. Another thing that we are going to do is that we have to add this keyword that is called await in front of this path. Now this is going to wait for this to get the data back. Now if I save this and execute this again, now you can see I got the data back, and here is all the details. So I have no concern with all like everything here. I just need the this part, this data part. So I can simply do profile.data. Right, and if I do again now KhattakDev, can someone paste their GitHub handle so I can use their. I'm just fed up with using my own every time. Yep. So now you can see my GitHub hand. I added my GitHub handler, and you can see all my details here. Okay. Now I have my data here. Now the next thing is that what I'm going to do is that I have to make this nice. I have to change that to a nice presentation. I mean, I don't want this something like this. So I'm not going to have everything, but I will be just using name, company, maybe blog, and location, and bio as well. So like a few things, and it's up to you what you want to use. But I will be using these few things. Now I am going to use a table for that, and so for that I need another package which is called CLI table, and npm CLI table. So I'm going to use this package, this one. So I can simply copy this here, copy this from here, and then install this package. And it's installed. Now before I proceed, let me add a git ignore file here and add my node modules here, and then make a basic, make my first commit. All right. So we have made our first commit. Perfect. Yeah. So now what we are going to do is that we are going to print this data in the table. So for that, let's import the table here. Const table equals to require CLI table. Now what we are going to do next is that I am going to make it's an object, this table, this one. So I'm going to make an instance for that. So const profile table equals to new table, and something like this. Now save that, and now the next thing is that I need to put some data into this so that it can console log that. So for that I can so there is a now what I need to do, what I am supposed to do is that if I want to, like, for example, fetch the name from this person, like if I want to fetch a name or bio or anything, I will have to do like profile info.data.name.bio. Like that's a pretty long name. So there is a shorthand for this in JavaScript, and this method is called destructuring. So I can simply do profile info.data, and from this data I need a few things. Which is name, company location, and what else we need, followers maybe, and following. Now let's try to print these things in here. Save that, and okay, I'm going to use someone else GitHub handler. I hope it's okay. Let me copy this from there, and here it is. So it's this person name is Deepak, who is currently watching my stream. So I just want to say you're awesome because you're watching this. He's a part of MLH Fellowship, and he's from India, and these are the followers and following. So awesome. Now I need to print this in a nice table format, in a nice format. So for that I'm going to use this profile table. Now to use that, I can simply do I just simply need to push data into this profile table. So for that I can do profile table dot push, and then here I can add the item. So I can add as many arguments as I want, and each argument will be in each item each argument will be an item in the table. So let's start with the name. So it will be name equals to name, and then maybe okay, next thing is going to be company equals to company, and then location equals to location, followers equals to followers, and then following. So that's it. And now I simply need to console log this instead of this. So I will comment this, and here I can simply do profile table dot to string to convert that to string. And now let's see how this goes. Now let me try someone else handler. Okay, something went wrong, but let's fix that. So it has something to do with this profile table, I guess. Let me try first if the username. Okay, it has something to do with the username. So length of null. Okay, it has something to do with the username. So most probably there is something null. So we will fix that. Okay, so let's fix that right now. Let me add a try catch here. And I am going to change that from cons to var because this keyword makes this, when you declare a variable using var, it's var variables that are declared with var are basically scoped to function instead of blocks. So that's why I made it var, so it is also accessible here. Now here I can simply do console log something went unexpected. Now let's try this, and there is something with this, I guess, with this data. So let's see what's wrong with this. All right, so these two things are null. That is why it's giving this issue. So we can actually fix this as well. And to do this, we can give it an option. So like if that is null, you can pick empty brackets. You can pick empty. And now let's see how this goes. Oops, what did I do? And it worked fine, perfectly. Okay, so make sure you add your company and location. All right, so that is how you can nicely present that. So it's in the nice table format. If you want, you can add more things here, like maybe bio as well. Like it's up to you what you want to add here. And now we have this here. Let's also try adding the organizations. Maybe you can add GitHub as a company, being a campus expert. All right. So now let's also add some organization here, the organization that the user is part of. So for that, I will need another API call. So we will refactor this at the end, so don't worry about that. Let me make a git commit here. Nice. improve presentation, maybe. All right, so the next thing is the next thing is that we are going to also add an API call for organizations. So I will quickly do that. So I simply need to copy this, and then maybe I can add it here. And then so there is this for the API call, there is this other API that you can use, and that is this one. So it will give you the list of it will give you all the repositories, all the organization that user is part of. So instead of profile data, it is going to be organization info. And then after the organization info, let's actually remove this from here. So we are done with the profile part. Now after this, let's do the organization part here. Now I just simply want the name of the organization. So for that, I am going to make start a loop on go through these organizations one by one. So for that, I need to access organization info.data and simply go through each of them one by one. So there is a built-in JavaScript function that is for each, which go through them one by one. And then, so this is a function. This is a lambda expression in C# and ES6 function in JavaScript. So here what I can do is that let me also make a table here, another table for organization. That will be somewhere here. So it will be organization table, which will be new table. And in this table, it will have a heading. It will have two headings. One will be the organization, and the other will be description. So this is head, and this is our available in that API of table. So you can check its doc. Now the first is organization, and the second one is description. And copy this, and then here I want to use this one by one. So before adding this, let's try to do console log, maybe organization.login. It will be organization.login. So login is the organization name. Save that, and let's see what we have here. Yeah, so here are the organizations that I am part of. So now I can simply add that to a table and then simply present that in a nice format. So instead of console log, I can do organization table dot push, and here it will be an array where I will be adding organization dot login, which will come under this organization. And then the next will be description. So description is also available in organization.description, but the description is too long for some organization, which will kind of mess up the formatting. So what I will do is that I will just take a first few words from the organization description. So there is a built-in function slice, which where you pass the first and last index, and it just take content of those between those two indexes. So starting from 0 up to let's do 50 plus, and then ... at the end. So now we have the table setup. The last thing is to do console log organization table dot toString, and let's see it how it is now. So oops, items for each is not a function. What did I messed up with? Items dot for each. It's most probably I guess this part, which shouldn't be. Let me remove this and let's try it this time. It worked. Let me uncomment this and try it. It worked again. And let me uncomment this and try it again. And it's not working. So items dot for each is not a function. Something to do with this one. Organization table. Let's see what's wrong here. Maybe I can uncomment this whole part and then let's see what's the main issue here. Okay, it worked. Okay, I got the I got it. Why it's not working? And this is because I added this in array, which shouldn't be the case. Now let's see KhattakDev. It's still not working. Okay, it should be something like this. Save it. And here it worked finally. Now can someone please add their handle so I can try theirs. I don't want to use my own. Yep, so I am a part of these 4 to 5 organizations, so it gives me the rest. So I am actually part of more than that. There is one private repository which I didn't list it in my profile, so it's not showing that one. So again, it will just show you the repositories, the organization, the details that is public. It will not show you the private details. So with that, let me quickly make a commit for this. And this will be show orgs. Okay, so I'm going to use your GitHub handle this time. Okay, so we are almost done. Just one thing left, and that is maybe we can refactor this a little bit. And so to refactor this, we can do something which is to, so we are using this try catch here and then here. So maybe we can refactor this. So for that, let me open my, let me make a new folder here, a new file here with the name utils.js. And here I can make a function which will be API call. In this, I have to give the path or URL, and then I can copy this, save it, paste this here, and here I can simply do const return, await, and this thing. And if that function doesn't go well, if something unexpected happen, I want it to stop the script. So that is it, and yeah. I have to import XJS here as well, and also make this function async. So it will be const XJS equals to require XJS, and change this path, change this URL from URL. So the last thing in this module is to export this. So module.exports, you can do a default export. Which will, when you will be then exporting it, you will have to just type const XJS, something like this. But if let's not make it default, let's do it something like this. So it is now exporting an object which will have an API call key. Now coming back to our index.js, let me import that file here. So that will that API call. So it will be API call require and from utils. Now copy this, and I copied this, and let's come here, comment this, and do API call. And what I need to do here is that I simply need to I definitely need a variable here. So I will copy this equals to. I definitely need a variable here, but I do not need this try catch because we have already used that here. So I will copy the path and add it here. So I have my path here, and now this should work. And if it works, then we will switch that other to other try catch as well. And it didn't work. Cannot destructure props. Now, yeah, and the reason for that is it's again giving me a promise. So I simply need to do add a wait here. Save that. Let's try it again. And it worked, but it's weird. Why is this something like this? Let's see about this API. So okay, let me try this with my own, and then we can move back to. Okay, it's working for me, but it's not working for this other. Whereas it has the login here. Yep, it's you, and I'm trying to figure this. Why is this not working for your GitHub for your username? So let me. Okay, so first let me switch this. First let me refactor this thing, and then I can figure this. So it will be copy this. And here it will be API call. And for now, I'm going to comment this, save this, and see this. Okay, it worked for this one, and we have refactored this as well. So let me remove this. And also what I notice is this: whenever I try to use someone else's GitHub handler, it just give me some issue. So I will make sure next time I'm doing a live stream, I will not ask anyone for their GitHub handler, because that's causing some problems. I'm always going to use my own. All right, so now let's see this one. Okay, something unexpected happened. All right, so something unexpected happened. So let's see what actually happened. Okay, so this is giving me data not found. So this is not issue on my code, but this has something to do with the API call. And I have no idea why is this not giving me the data here, whereas it works on it works here on the browser. Okay, let's try the other one. ts3 lazy git, and yes, this one works. I don't know why this other one didn't work. Did you give me this on purpose, and you knew this, that it would not work? Let's try with Juan, and this one also worked. 38 followers. Yeah, so the issue with this one is it's not fetching any data from it says message not found. I'm not sure what exactly is the issue, but it's not giving me any data from here. So I guess I need to use token in order to access this one. But the thing is that it's not, there is some data. So like if I visit this, if I visit it using my browser, it it works here. Like here's the login. Okay. Name is null, company is null, null. So yeah, maybe because of this. But I just want to prove that my code works fine. There is no issue with that. Don't blame my code. It's working fine. And yep. So yeah, it's working fine. There is no issue with my code. Don't blame my code. And I guess we are done. So a little bit of refactoring is that, let me remove this, save this, and add a git commit here. Git commit m refactored, moved try catch to utils. And this is how you can make your own CLI-based application. So I messed up with the oops. Also, one other thing is that I'm not sure why, but if you try to use this in PowerShell, it just does not work. Let me show you this. Okay, so for some reason let me restart this. For some reason it stopped working. Yeah. So if I do like node index.js, it works. But if I just do node index.js, it doesn't work. So for some reason it doesn't work. I'm not sure why. So that's why I was using git bash all the time. So here you can index.js, and then you can print the data here. So that is how you can print your data. And if you want, you can also upload this and make this an npm package as well. But I'm not going to do that here in this session, since the session was about how to make your own GitHub application, Node.js application. Maybe I can do that in some next stream. But you can push that to npm and make it a package as well. One last thing that I will do is that I will make this upload this code to my GitHub so that you can check it if you want to. I'm sure no one will check this, but still I will upload this. So yep, and this is a nice, fine, perfect, awesome CLI-based application. And create a repository, copy the code, copy the path, add the path here, get remote, add origin, and then simply push it, origin main. Woohoo! We have successfully pushed that here. If in case you want to check this by mistake, you can do it here. So that is, I guess that is it. If you have any questions, feel free to ask this. Feel free to ask as we can wrap up this session. And please do not ask me to use your GitHub handle and do a search, because that's giving me some issues, and I don't want to do that anymore. Yep, finally. So we had a few live fails, but we fortunately we got out of it. And yeah, so that is how you can make your own Node.js applications, and you can do pretty much anything with this. You can use these CLI-based application to automate your daily task, and you should definitely try that and make some simple Node CLI-based application and try that on your own. Any questions? Feel free to ask that in the chat section. All right. Looks like everyone understood everything. I mean, like I delivered the topic extremely well that there is no question. So awesome. Thanks to me. All right. So see you see you next week, and with some new topic. What are we building next? So that's a surprise. I'm not going to tell you right now. I just want to make everyone curious. So that's a surprise for now. But hopefully you will find that in a day or two when we start tweeting about that. All right. So see you in next week. Have a good day. Have a good night. Depends on where you live. See ya.